The Coryms of Port Hope are still my preferred spot to PG a night. This spawn located just to the south of the city was covered in my one viral video of where to PG a night, but that video was made over 3 years ago. So recently, with this new server solo night project I made, I had to check if the spawn was still relevant on this day and age of Tibia, and spoiler alert, it's still perhaps the best solo experience out there. There is quite a few upgrades this spawn has gotten indirectly. For example, the permanent increase of respawn has made it so that you can just do one lap on the first floor and don't run out of monsters, and the buffs to nice damage as well as the implementation of strong mana potions has made it easier. However, at the recording of this video, those last changes were not introduced yet. My level recommendation is level 50 for the access to better potions, but it can be started at level 35 if you have good skills and know how to push a knight to the limits. Just be aware that regardless of which level you start, kiting will be a must. That's something I covered on a dedicated video that you should check out if you haven't, because Coryms hit pretty high, so tanking them straight up is not a good idea. So to hunt here, it is recommended to always be on the move and kiting the monsters while following the lap. As for the experience you can expect, well, at level 50 I was on average at 270k with the skills of 76. But since at the time strong mana potions were not an option, I was running out of supplies barely at the 15-minute mark, so there was room to be a bit higher than that for sure. Also, in my previous video I mentioned that I hunted this spawn pretty much all the way to level 100, so once again I tried it at different level ranges to see how they will hold up. At level 68 I was on an average at 330k with the skills of 80. And then after getting Exorim at 70, I came again and the experience improved to 360k. And finally, after getting all the AoE spells with Exorigran at level 90, the experience got up to 520k on average as level 92 with the skills 87 and tier 1 imbuements of mana and crit, as well as tier 2 life leech imbuements. At this level, doing just the first floor wasn't enough, so I was adding these pools of -2 as they have a good amount of bangers, which are the ones that give the most experience. Overall, this is just to show you that the spawn does get better with the addition of better levels and more spells. And it remains competitive against the other spawns at those level ranges, so it's okay to come back to hunt here, especially if you happen to leave the bestiary unfinished. The only downside to this spawn is that it's impossible to profit unless you're at a new server with cheap potions, and even then you're just barely covering your waste. But considering as a PG spawn where the focus is the experience, paying for your supplies is a great accomplishment. That's all I got for this one. If you like the content, please consider subscribing or supporting the channel directly with Tibia coins to Gudii donation. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.